Hey guys, welcome to my channel Movie Synopsis, The Meg Part 2. The Trench is out this week. Since this new entry follows some main characters from the first film, it's time for a quick recap to save you 2 hours of rewatch. We open deep underwater as the title swims away, with the text revealing that we are witnessing a deep-sea rescue mission on the SSBN Rogue, located in the Philippine Trench. We meet Jonas Taylor, played by Jason Statham, who is attempting to save the crew of a damaged nuclear submarine. However, all hell breaks loose when they're rammed by an unidentified creature, crushing the hull. They pull as many people as possible into the rescue vehicle, but 2 members of Jonas's crew are trapped, and time is running out. In a snap decision, he must make the difficult choice to leave them behind and rescue himself and the others he has already saved. He does so just in time. This theme of tough choices continues throughout the movie. Jump to 5 years later, a beautiful sunset shot over the ocean with a drone and a helicopter. This film may not be deep, but it spares no expense. We are now located on the Mana 1 research station 200 miles off the Chinese coast. We meet billionaire Jack Morris, played by Rainn Wilson, as he visits the research station as the investor, checking where his billions of dollars have gone. Here, they intend to lead a mission to explore the hidden section of the Mariana Trench. Get ready, because we're about to be bombarded with every character's introduction at the same time. Morris meets Engineer Jax, played by Ruby Rose, Dr. Heller, the medical officer played by Robert Taylor, DJ, who pilots the remote explorer, Mac, the research manager played by Cliff Curtis, and finally, Lori Taylor, who happens to be Jonas's ex-wife. And in case you forgot, Jonas is Jason Statham's character. I know there's a lot of people to remember. Lori is played by Jessica McNamee and is a diver and submarine pilot. We also get a brief introduction to Tashi and the Wall, 2 of Lori's crew members. Just as Morris arrives, it's an exciting moment as Lori and her team, in their own vehicle, successfully find the hidden section of the trench below what they know as the thermocline. They discover an array of unexplored flora and fauna. However, this beautiful moment soon turns sour when they are attacked by an unidentified creature, severing communication with Lori and her team. Back at the Mana 1, the rest of the team springs into action, discussing how they're going to rescue Lori and her team. Of course, there's only one man for the job: Jonas, who has been the only one successful in deep-sea missions of this kind. Interestingly, one of the people he saved is actually Dr. Heller himself. Yet, Dr. Heller is quick to slam Jonas, claiming that Jonas left the 2 trapped crew members behind due to what he terms pressure-induced psychosis. Dr. Heller denounces Jonas's story of the vessel being under attack from a giant unknown creature, but Dr. Zhang insists that they find Jonas and seek his help, as he's the only one who may be able to save Lori and her crew. Zhang and Mac travel to Thailand, where they find Jonas in hiding, broken by his last mission. Initially doubtful, Jonas eventually agrees to help after listening to the recording of the last communication between the crew and Lori. It's his ex-wife, and it's also his chance to face his demons. This time, he'll get it right. We cut to Lori and her crew, who are working on the ship but are attacked again. Soo-yoon, growing impatient, attempts to rescue the crew, but is attacked by a giant squid. Just moments before the squid can crush her vessel, it is killed by an enormous shark. It's the Meg. Jonas wasn't crazy. It proves that there is a creature that could have attacked the vessel. In the last mission, Jonas meets Cyan's daughter, who softens his character for us. She is smart and funny, breaking through his tough exterior. He promises to save her mom. Descending on his mission, he sends Cyan back up, and he finds the lost vessel almost too easily with Lori and her crew inside, although one of their crew sacrifices himself without the crew realizing until it's too late. But back at Mana 1, Jonas gets the blame for again leaving someone behind, although Dr. Heller apologizes because now there is proof of a creature he was not crazy. After some research, the crew realizes that the giant shark is our megalodon, a species previously believed to be extinct. It was the largest shark that ever existed. The meeting is interrupted by Cyan's daughter's screams. In a horrific scene, she has become face to face with the Meg. It seems that the Meg has escaped the thermocline boundary, and now it is free to kill everything in sight with no natural predators. The crew decides to put a tracker on the Meg until they can figure out a solution. In a wild scene, Jonas gets the tracker on the creature and escapes its jaws by milliseconds. Cyan then travels down into the ocean in a clear shark tank to lure it and get close enough to poison the Meg. But the shark attacks the tank, which allows her to get close enough to poison it, but also cracks her mask and causes her to lose oxygen. With time running out, Jonas is to the rescue once again, saving her just in time with inches to spare. This time, no one was left behind. The megalodon dies in cue credits. No, just joking. It dies from the poison. But here's the twist: just as they're celebrating, an even larger Meg emerges from the water, eating the other shark which was hanging up from their boat. It kills one of Lori's crew members and destroys the ship. Dr. Heller is up for his turn as a hero, as he sacrifices himself to distract the Meg and save Jax, who is in the water. The surviving crew regroups at Mana 1, but unfortunately, Dr. Zhang dies on the way from injuries. Morris announces that he has alerted multiple authorities and has enlisted a team to kill the Meg, but when he leaves on a helicopter, it's revealed that all he really cares about is lawsuits pertaining to the crew, and he doesn't really want the world to know that he was involved in the accidental release of the Meg. So he heads out with a small crew to mindlessly bomb the ocean, in hope that he can quietly kill the monster. But they accidentally kill a whale. As Morris and his crew flee the site, he falls in the water and meets the Meg up close and personal. Chomp chomp. Back at Mana 1, they discover Morris's plan and realize they must confront the Meg by themselves. The Meg attacks a crowded beach in Sanya Bay, China, devouring several people. It's an intense scene with the number of bodies fleeing the water in panic. And, I'm sad to say, amongst the panic is a dog who has escaped its owners paddling alone. The Mana crew stops the carnage by diverting the Meg's attention using a whale call. Jonas and Cyan then work together in small vessels to lure the Meg away. A media helicopter attempting to record the scene crashes and collides with the crew on the boat. Cyan has to swoop in to save her daughter and her other co-workers, who are in the water. So, Jonas is now on his own. Of course, he plays hero. He tells his crew that he plans to sacrifice himself. He has a plan. He grazes the Meg with his vessel, slashing its body, causing it to bleed. But there's a massive struggle, and the Meg fights back. Somehow, he manages to stab the creature in the eye, and his initial plan works as the blood attracts a massive amount of sharks that attack the Meg's flesh all at once, finishing it off. And don't worry, I know I left you hanging for a second, but Jonas reunites with the crew, and along the way, he finds the dog that's still swimming. Cyan and Jonas have a moment of potential new daddy material, and credits roll. And that's the Meg. That's what happens. The Meg 2 will be out this August, and guess what? Jonas returns, and there's a lot of the original crew. Interestingly, I don't see Cyan on the list, but her daughter is there. This one looks to be more mysterious and, hopefully, more terrifying and dark than the previous one. Thanks for watching. I hope you liked the video explanation. Remember to leave a like and subscribe to my channel, Movie Synopsis. I'll see you in my next video. Ta-ta, bye-bye and take care.